Hey there, Fletcher from All Things Overlanding here, and today I'm going to be showing you one of these really cool screens that you can add to a car that doesn't have CarPlay. So my son has this Accord and it doesn't have CarPlay. It's a 2014. So let's get into the CarPlay wireless CarPlay dash cam.
Where it came from, but you got it, my got it. It began in the land of the sandstorm. I fought it, though I wanted everything to do with what you give to me. Loosening my grip.
All right, so before we hop over to his car and start to install this, I did just want to kind of show you everything that comes with it. So what I like about this one is it has this really sort of big wide screen. It's also got some really nice built-in features like a very car-centric user interface built into it so that it's the least bit distracting while you're driving and gives you the most information up front. So of course you get this sort of main unit with this big base on it to keep it nice and secure. Right there is your front-facing camera, and then this thing is totally adjustable. Now in addition to that, you get a couple of 3M sticky pads. So again, if you put this in somewhere and then you wanted to move it, it gives you an option to re-stick this thing somewhere else. You also get an instruction manual, which is pretty straightforward, but has good information in it. Tells you how to install everything step by step. So pretty simple instructions, which I really like. Now another nice thing is it does include a 64 gig memory card, so that's going to help you store quite a bit of video for your dash cam. It also will record in a loop, so you can just let it run, and then if you need to get something out of it later, then you can download it as you need it. And then of course you get an aux cable, 3.5mm aux cable, and of course your DC plug. So this is what's going to actually power it. But this is one of the things that I like so much about these is that there's not really a lot to it. You know, in the olden days, you had to pull out a head unit, replace a head unit, you had to install cameras, wire in the cameras to your head unit, all that stuff. And that has kind of gone by the wayside. Now you can just buy these really nice units that connect via Wi-Fi or Bluetooth, and you can hook them up inside of your vehicle and then basically just wirelessly connect to your car. And when you get in, you connect your phone to it wirelessly, and you've got CarPlay built right into your vehicle that maybe didn't have it before. Oh, and before I forget, this is the reverse camera. So this is the camera that you're going to run all the way to the back of your vehicle and out through your trunk to have a reverse view. So again, that is pretty much everything that comes with this unit, but super straightforward, super simple. It's a really budget price. I'll put the link in the description down below if you want to go take a look at this thing, but it's really inexpensive for what you get and the fact that it's got a built-in dash cam and wireless CarPlay. All right guys, so this is actually really simple to install. Again, just with some 3M adhesive on the bottom. I'm going to stick it sort of right to the top of the center console here so that it's easily accessible. But before I even install that, I think I'm going to go ahead and just run the backup camera. So this thing is really, really simple, right? You've got your backup camera. It does come with a couple of screws. So if you wanted to screw this in somewhere, let's say a plate frame or something like that, you could do that. All right, so just for now to kind of show you this thing, I've run the cable all the way from the back under all the trim up and around there to right there. I will finish running that, you know, all the way here at the end, but I just wanted to kind of show you guys really quick exactly what this looks like, what the backup camera looks like. I ended up mounting it on the plastic sort of dash back there, more as a, again, sort of a backwards facing dash cam. With this car, of course, if I put it in reverse, and it's going to kind of flash a little bit, it already has a backup camera, so I don't really need the backup camera functionality. So more of just a dash cam, just to record if somebody were to rear end my son or something like that. But so now we are going to plug in our DC plug, which I also like that they've got this USB-A on it, so if you needed to charge something else, this gives you options. It's not just taking up your whole port and not giving you any other way to plug anything in, so I really like that. But then we've also got to mount the main unit up here on top, and again, I'm focusing on right here because that way it's right in the middle, it's super accessible, it's easy to reach, and it gives you the best dash cam view. So let's throw this thing up here. I've already put the adhesive on it. So what I basically did was I put the adhesive on it first. That way all I have to do is get it where I want it and then push down on it. I would recommend whenever you're doing something with 3M adhesive like this, a heat gun with some really low heat and just sort of heating it up and then letting it adhere really well helps a lot. This car is also sitting out in the sun, so that should help it adhere a lot. And then I wouldn't move it a lot right after you attach it because you could risk, you know, pulling up that 3M. Another thing is make sure that you clean up your dash so that you get all the dust off of it. So I will get a rag and maybe some rubbing alcohol or something like that just to kind of really clean this up and make sure I've got a good adherence to that surface. All right, so I'm just going to put this right about there and maybe a tiny bit angled. That's where I want it. And then I'm going to push down, sort of straight down on it. Just want to adhere it as much as possible. Now this car is kind of a strange one because it is sort of slightly bent up here. This is really smooth down here if you wanted to cover up your screen, but then you lose access to like your fuel economy, that kind of thing. So that's kind of where my thinking of putting it up here on the dash goes. So I'm just going to try and get it as stuck as I possibly can. And again, then if you hit it with a little bit of a heat gun, just get a little bit of heat on it or let it sit in the sun for a while. That's the best way to do it. I did insert the memory card in the back, so the memory card does slide into the back, and that's also where we're going to plug in our power. So I'm going to get that plugged in here. I'm going to plug it into the unit before I actually plug it into the 12 volt. Now it does give you a USB-C plug, which is pretty nice. So right back there is where you're going to plug everything in. All right, so I just, loosely have everything plugged in, hanging everywhere, but you do want to hide your cables just to make it look as nice as possible. So I've got the power plugged in, I've got the reverse camera plugged in, I've not plugged in the unit yet, so I am just going to go ahead and plug that in really quick and show you the startup. Oh, cool. So when it first turns on, of course, it's going to need to format that memory card that we stuck in it, so I'm just going to click OK and just let it format. Again, though, as you can see, this thing looks great. Like, it's very, what I meant by the user interface being so simplified is they've actually done a really good job of making this as simple to use as possible. So unlike a lot of these where they have a million options or a bunch of different things, you can kind of see exactly what it's recording. You can see your CarPlay, you can see your Android Auto recording time. So you can set, there's a ton of different options in here. You can set it to be 1 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute. I'm gonna leave it on 3 minute recording chunks. So basically it will loop after every 3 minutes. I'm just going to leave it open recording so that it's always recording in a loop. So you can change up your resolution. I'm going to change it to 4K just because why not? All right, we're in 4K now. You can put a screensaver on, which is cool. You can calibrate your reverse lines if you want to for your backup camera if you are using it as a backup camera. CarPlay, and you could say switch to CarPlay mode, and when you do that, then it's going to give you instructions. It's basically going to tell you to turn on the Bluetooth on your phone, which I have mine off because I'm recording video right now, but it wants you to turn on the Bluetooth on your phone and then find this name, this F900-BT blah blah blah, and you connect to that. And then once you have connected to that, then every time you get in your car, it just automatically connects and it's going to start playing your maps and your music and all that good stuff. But again, then you connect this and your phone to your car via Bluetooth, and it plays through this thing to your car via Bluetooth and shows all the stuff on the screen. So let me connect that really quick, and then I'm going to try and record it and show it to you at the same time. All right, guys, so I grabbed another camera so that I could hook up my phone via Bluetooth to the device. But as you can see, once you connect to it via that Bluetooth connection, that F900 thing that I just showed you the recording of from my phone, this is what it looks like, and it looks awesome. Again, I love this view. I love that you've got your front-facing camera so you can see where that's facing. You can see all of your options here. They're very well laid out, very super simple to use. It shows you your state of charge up here, so you can see, how much battery you have, if it's charging or not. If you want to get out of here, this white button over here is what backs you out. So when you hit that, you can hit things like home, and then it just takes you back to this default screen that I was showing you before, so that you can get to all your other different settings. Car record, CarPlay, Android Auto, Bluetooth music, Wi-Fi video would be if you had like a wireless backup camera or something like that. So again, I'm just going to hit CarPlay. It takes me right back to it. And then again, every time you get in the car, it's just going to automatically connect. It works very similarly to other CarPlay, but again, just has a better looking interface. And where it's located right now, again, it's really super easy for me to reach everything, for me to switch between, say my music and stuff like that. So pretty cool. I mean, again, if you are not a super tech savvy, if you're not looking to wire up anything or do any 12 volt wiring or anything, this took me probably 10 minutes to install this thing. Now, obviously, if you want to do a good job and you want to hide all your wires, it might take a little bit of thought and a little bit of extra effort. But make sure you do that just to make it look as good as possible. Again, mine are hidden all the way from the back up to here. I just need to do the rest to get it, maybe up around the dash and then come straight out to the back of the unit there. But again, for the money, this thing seems like a really good deal. The camera quality is great. The user interface is really smooth and nice. There's no delay or anything like that, so that's really nice. Overall, I really like this thing for the money. So hopefully that's helpful if you're looking for an option like this, but hit me up if you have any questions. So as you can see, it works great. The display is awesome. You can choose between like split mode where it shows the cameras or where it just shows a full screen mode. And then also, one note is that when I initially hooked it up, it was playing the audio through a little speaker on the actual unit and not through the Bluetooth. In the settings, there's an option for audio out, and you click on that and you turn it on to car. So it gives you an option to switch it to the car. And once I did that, then it started playing through the Bluetooth, which is great. All right, guys, so that will do it for the CarPlay wireless CarPlay unit for a vehicle that doesn't have CarPlay. Again, if you have something that doesn't have CarPlay and you're looking for a really simple, really easy way to add it, plus a dash cam and a backup camera, this is a really great option for the money. So I'll put a link in the description down below if you want to pick one of these up. Check out that link for all the details. Of course, also in the description will be links to all my social channels, so wherever you want to come hang out, I'd love to have you. There's also a join button below this video, which is just kind of a passive way to support the channel, gives you early access to the videos, things like that. If you want a more involved way to be a part of all things overlanding, there's also a link to my Patreon page down below, which is just a little more involved. We have a 24/7 Discord where we chat about our rigs and our gear and things like this. We also take a couple trips every year, and we do a once-a-month Zoom call, so if that sounds good, check that out. Also below this video is a link to my website where I've got funny overlanding camping themed patches and stickers. So if you're into that kind of stuff, if you want something to stick on your car that's funny, like "Don't burn your wiener and it's a hot dog," or "I hate people so I camp," that may be a good option for you. And then last but not least, there's a link to the Newbie Overlanders Facebook group. Again, I picture a lot of older overlanding vehicles that, you want some of these nice technological advancements, but you don't really want to spend $1 million and you don't want to have to install a bunch of stuff or replace an entire head unit. Something like this may be great for you, but that newbie group is where you can come and ask questions and learn about overlanding. So if that sounds good, check that out. But again, thanks for watching. Hope that was helpful, and we'll see you next time.